What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video where I'm slightly out of focus. I know I haven't posted a video in a long time, and that is because I've been in San Francisco filming with Patrick for the past 4 days about his graduation from Lambda School and his story and just everything about that. But in this video, I just wanted to take a minute to talk about brand. And I know I always harp on brand, and everyone's like, Josh, we'll get it. What does that mean? Or I get all these questions about how would you approach this job? It all comes down to brand. Like, who are you gonna hire? Are you gonna hire the guy that has a Medium blog and LinkedIn articles and videos talking about what he struggled with, how he overcame them? Or are you gonna hire the guy that is like, here's my resume and cover letter? That's what it boils down to. So like, you have a story, you have a purpose, you have a message, you have a focus, and you provide value. This is kind of the way to set yourself apart when you're applying. Real quick, let me explain what I mean by a brand. And this comes from Seth Godin. He's like master marketer, master brander. A brand is the set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that, taken together, account for a customer's decision to choose one product or service over another. And so you can interpret that on a personal level as a developer, why someone would pick you over another candidate, your brand. So there are roughly 3 things that you should focus on as a developer when you're building a brand. And the first one is focus. Who is your target audience? What kind of jobs are you applying to? Are you applying to startups? Are you applying to corporations? Are you going to be a freelancer? Brand is especially important in freelance, but for example, startups. You need to tailor yourself to be startup friendly. And what you could do for that, talk about how you're flexible, how you enjoy wearing many different hats, talk about how you don't mind being part of a small, tight-knit team, talk about how you don't mind the autonomy. When you're building your brand outside of that, you should make a mention of those things. When you're making a video, talk about how you did this all yourself and talk about how you did the design. Of course you did the code and how you marketed that to people and just how you used all of those different skills. And so when you're blogging or making a video or helping someone in some way, which you should all be doing, you need to find your target audience. Another example are corporations, right? So if you want to work at one of the big 4, you need to be talking about their services, their applications, their updates that they're doing with their products when you're blogging or you're writing a LinkedIn article or you're making a video about it. Again, you need to be talking about the target audience to the target audience that you want so that they can come back and check that when you've applied to the job. That actually happened to me. I'll give you an example. Before I got my very first code job, I started researching remote jobs, and I found one, and I wrote a Medium article about it, about how I thought this company was awesome and that I really like the culture and I think that this is valuable because X, Y, and Z, and I just talked about my interpretation of how they ran their company. And anyways, I applied to the job, which I wasn't really qualified for then when I applied to it, but I applied to it and I linked my Medium article and they cut to the chase, and basically I did one interview and they said, we really like what you're doing. We really appreciate your blog about us, and we can see your progress through YouTube. And so we're wondering if you'd like to take this Ruby on Rails position. And that's when I said no, because it was Ruby on Rails. Just having this history of content to back me up this whole time has just been very, very beneficial. Yeah, you can have a portfolio. Yeah, you can have a great GitHub, but your value is directly correlated with how many other people you can affect. And when a company sees you and they see what you've been working on and how you're trying to help other people, that raises your value to them in their eyes, because you're not being paid. Before I started getting paid to do YouTube stuff, before the ad revenue actually mattered, I just made videos because I wanted to help people, and I still make videos because I want to help people. So when you're out there looking for a job as a developer, you're providing value for free. No one is making you do this. You're not getting paid to do it. You just want to help people, and that looks great in almost any company's eyes. Not to mention, it gets you credibility. So for example, if you want to be a freelancer and you walk into a store and you're like, hey, I'm a developer, I build websites, let me build you a website. What is that? I mean, you just look like a salesman, right? But you're like, oh, here's what I do, but you can check out some previous work here, and here's what a couple people have said if you're interested, right? You have those people behind you kind of backing you up there. So second, you need to know what makes you different. What is your story? What is your value proposition? Maybe you're really good at logo design, and so you're UI UX, but your specialty in logos. Or for me, my specialty is to help people figure out how to think in a different way to build a brand and try to get their foot in the door. But here's the thing. You have to be 400% clear on why you're doing what you're doing. Are you talking about code stuff just because you want a job? Are you talking about this code stuff because you're actually passionate about it? Like, people don't buy what you do, they buy why. It's your story. The why is what is compelling to people. So for example, why I do this, I love to see people change their life by learning code. Whether that means at the end of the day you work for a company, you make a startup, you make apps on the App Store, you become a game dev, you make your own e-commerce website and sell stuff, whatever it is that you choose, the why I do this is that all of this is possible by learning the skill of code. And what you do from there, that's up to you. And that is my why, because I wouldn't be here today if I didn't learn how to code. It's just such a transformative skill. See how passionate I am about this, right? You need to know your why. Another thing that people mention to me fairly often is, well, what do you think the company would think of this if I posted this? I don't want to type like this because I don't want the company to think this of me. And it's okay to show your personality. It's okay to be a little bit weird, a little bit like quirky. Boring doesn't always mean professional. You can have fun and you can be who you are, and showing a little bit of, I don't know, flair, I guess, when you're applying to these jobs is what sets you apart. Because think about it, everyone goes into the job and they sit there and they're just like, I believe my greatest weakness is that I have no weaknesses. You know, like they're just following what everyone else is doing, and that gets really, it just gets really boring. It's okay to stand out from the crowd, I promise. I mean, don't say offensive things in your writings or in your videos and be like, you know, calling out people and throwing shade and starting stuff. So, you know, be authentic, be natural, create a genuine connection with the people that you're creating value for. And the last thing here is consistency. Not only with your content and posting content consistently so people can build a relationship with you and see how you are, but a consistent message. You know, my message is learn how to code, think outside the box, get that job, do what other people aren't willing to do. Don't work yourself into the ground, but just realize that every moment you're not working, someone out there is. It's all about storytelling. You want to tell your story, your personal experience of what happened. And you might think people think it's boring, but I promise you someone out there will relate to you. There's always a support group for something. Earth is flat, there's a support group. Like aliens are among us right now, there's a support group. I promise, if you've had an experience, someone out there has had that experience too. So when I started posting videos, I was like, this is dumb, but I feel like I should share my experience. Maybe there's someone out there I can help. Turns out there's about 57,000 of you out there that watch these videos. It blew my mind, and this has been a realization. So whenever you feel like afraid of sharing a story or an experience, don't. Like, there is value in that for someone out there. That's kind of my advice on building a brand. You guys should all be documenting what you're doing, your struggles, your wins, write articles, make videos. So I'm sorry if you're not good at making videos or talking in front of a camera. That's probably a really, really underrated skill in 2019. You should probably get good at it. I'm still not good at it, to be honest. I think I'm super awkward. You guys don't see the 70 other cuts that I put that don't make the cut. So anyways, guys, I know this whole branding thing just kind of seems random, but it's been something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I wasn't sure how to express it, and I'm sure that I've missed some things in this video, but it's important that you have focus, you have a message and a voice, and you're consistent with what you do, and that you're providing value. You know, don't be afraid to tell your story. Don't be afraid to be who you are. Weirdness is good. Boring doesn't always equal professional. It's okay to have a personality. I would summarize that and then add a lot more, but you should all be posting articles on LinkedIn, posting videos, and basically writing blogs about what you're experiencing and everything that I just mentioned. If you're not very good at talking in front of a camera, you should probably get good at it, because that's probably one of the most underrated skills going into the future, is being able to talk to people that you don't know or talk to a camera. Just getting comfortable with talking in general. And I know that's especially kind of hard for us developers. We're in our head all day coding. I've been doing a lot of research into brand. I've been wanting to grow my brand, the grind reel, and my YouTube channel and all this stuff. And how I was doing that, basically I was doing a lot of research through Skillshare. Coincidentally, they've also sponsored this video. They were like, hey Josh, we think that you'd be a great fit to do a video for us. And I was like, yeah, actually, I've already watched a lot of videos on Skillshare about branding and how to grow, and it's, just, I don't know. I've watched a lot of videos there that have given me confidence to just be okay in my weirdness. I'd just say it. Anyways, if you don't know what Skillshare is, it's like an online learning community for creators. I'm a creator, right? I make videos and I code. You guys are creators, you guys are coding, and there's more than 25,000 classes on design, business, coding, building a brand. That's specifically what I like. I think they have great courses on that, and you can also learn to code there too if you want. So they gave me a link, and the first 500 users that use it get 2 months free. I'll put that down there in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, Skillshare, for keeping the lights on. Thank you guys for watching these videos and helping me cross 57,000 subscribers. Check out the Discord. We crossed 8,000 people there. Things are going great, and I can't thank you guys enough. Hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.